Ladies and gentlemen, imagine waking up tomorrow with the fire of your youth blazing again, your strength restored, your energy overflowing, and your nights filled with the kind of deep healing sleep you've been craving for years. What if I told you that for men over 50, it could all begin with just one simple choice, one powerful vitamin taken before bed? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share might just change the way you live the next chapter of your life. Brothers, I want you to pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Think about everything you have walked through, every mountain you've climbed, and every storm you've survived. If you are over 50, then you know life has been a battlefield, and you have fought with courage. But there's another battle many men fight silently, the battle for energy, strength, and vitality. And too often, this is the battle no one talks about openly. You see, as the years pass, your body begins to whisper reminders that it is not the same as it used to be. The fire doesn't burn as strong. The energy that once made you unstoppable begins to flicker. The sleep that once came easily now feels like a restless chase. But I am here to tell you today that you are not finished. You are not weak. You are not fading. You are simply being invited into a new chapter where wisdom must join forces with care, where strategy must replace struggle. The truth is, the body is designed to be nourished, and no matter how disciplined you've been with work, family, and responsibility, if you have neglected your temple, it will begin to show. But the beautiful thing is that it's never too late. There is power in restoration. There is strength in renewal. And sometimes it comes from something so simple, so small, yet so transformative. One vitamin, one supplement, one act of care taken at the right time of the day. Imagine this: while you sleep, while your body is still, your cells are being fed, your muscles are being repaired, your mind is being calmed, and your strength is being restored. That is what the right vitamin taken at night can do for you. I want you to envision yourself waking up in the morning not feeling sluggish, not dragging your feet, not reaching for 3 cups of coffee just to function, but instead rising with clarity, rising with vigor, rising with that spark that says, I am alive, I am powerful, I am still in the game. Because let's face it, no man wants to feel like he is slowing down. No man wants to feel like his best years are behind him. And the good news is, they're not. The best years are the ones where you choose to rise above excuses, rise above neglect, and step into intentional living. When I speak of potency, I'm speaking of more than just physical performance. I'm speaking of the potency of your presence, the way you walk into a room and command it, the way your children or grandchildren look at you with admiration, the way your partner feels secure in your strength. Potency is the full expression of manhood, and it cannot thrive in a body that is running on empty. It needs fuel, it needs nourishment, it needs restoration. And when I say vigor, I mean that unshakable energy that keeps you going, the spark that allows you to enjoy your hobbies, to travel, to laugh, to dance, to love without feeling drained. Vigor is the stamina of your spirit flowing through your body, and it is not reserved for the young. It belongs to the man who is wise enough to guard his health. Then there is deep sleep, the most underrated gift of all. How many nights have you tossed and turned, staring at the ceiling, wrestling with thoughts, or waking up every hour, only to rise in the morning more tired than when you went to bed? Sleep is not a luxury. It is the foundation of strength. In your sleep, your hormones reset, your brain detoxifies, your body rebuilds itself. And when you rob yourself of sleep, you rob yourself of power. That is why taking the right vitamin before bed can be a game changer. It doesn't just put you to sleep, it helps your body use that sleep to restore your potency, your vigor, your strength. Now, some men will shrug and say, I'm fine, I don't need it. I've made it this far. But let me challenge you, making it this far is not the finish line. It is the beginning of a new season where you are called to rise higher, to set an example, to prove that age is not defeat. You are not called to sit on the sidelines of your own life. You are called to live it fully, with energy, with purpose, with fire. And if one simple habit, one vitamin at night, can help unlock that version of you, why would you ignore it? Your family deserves to see you strong. Your legacy deserves a man who does not give up on himself. Your dreams, the ones you tucked away years ago, deserve a chance to be lived with fresh energy. And you, yes you, deserve to feel good in your own body. Not tired, not sluggish, not disconnected, but vibrant, alive, and in control. This is not about vanity. This is not about trying to turn back the clock. It is about embracing the clock and saying, I will live every hour of it to the fullest. It is about refusing to believe that aging is a decline. No, aging is a privilege, and when you fuel your body right, it becomes a season of strength, wisdom, and abundance. So, brother, when you lay your head on that pillow tonight, let it be more than just a moment of rest. Let it be an act of intention. Let it be a declaration that you will take care of yourself, that you will guard your temple, that you will rise tomorrow stronger than you were today. One vitamin, one choice, one decision can ignite potency, restore vigor, and gift you the deep healing sleep your body craves. And when you make it a habit, you will look in the mirror one morning and see not just a man over 50, but a man in his prime, living boldly, standing tall, and shining with the fire that was never lost, only waiting to be reignited. And when you make it a habit, you will look in the mirror one morning and see not just a man over 50, but a man in his prime, living boldly, standing tall, and shining with the fire that was never lost, only waiting to be reignited. That fire, my brother, has always been inside you. The years may have layered responsibilities, stress, and fatigue on top of it, but it has never gone out. Think back to the moments in your youth when you felt unstoppable, when your stride was confident, your laugh was full, and your dreams seemed bigger than the sky. That version of you still exists, and what you choose to do with your health today will determine whether that version remains hidden or comes roaring back to life. You are not too old to wake up your strength. You are not too old to renew your passion. You are not too old to command vigor, vitality, and deep restorative rest. There is a misconception that as men grow older, they must simply accept decline as their reality. Society whispers, slow down, sit down, fade away. But let me tell you, those whispers are lies. You were not created to fade. You were created to flourish. Your 50s, your 60s, and even beyond can be some of the most powerful years of your life, but only if you choose to step into them with intention. That choice begins with the small daily disciplines, what you put in your body, how you rest, and how you nourish your strength. Taking that vitamin at night is not just about chemistry or biology. It is about symbolism. It is about saying, I value myself enough to give my body what it needs. It is about honoring the vessel that carries your purpose, your dreams, your love, and your legacy. Too often, men pour everything into work, family, and obligations, leaving nothing for themselves. But how can you give your best to those you love if you are running on fumes? How can you protect, provide, and lead if your body is screaming for help? You see, strength is not selfish. Caring for your health is not indulgence. It is stewardship. It is responsibility. Let me ask you, what would it feel like to wake up tomorrow without the stiffness in your joints, without the fog in your mind, without the exhaustion weighing you down? What would it feel like to have energy not only for work, but for joy? To walk into your day with clarity, to sleep at night with peace, and to live with a rhythm that makes you feel alive. That vision is not a fantasy. It is within reach, but it requires a decision. The decision to prioritize yourself. The decision to see health not as an afterthought, but as a foundation. When you fuel your body before rest, you allow nature to do its work. During the night, your body is like a construction site. Cells are repairing, muscles are rebuilding, hormones are balancing, and energy is being stored for the day ahead. If you go to bed depleted, the construction slows down. But if you feed it the right nourishment, that site comes alive with activity. Imagine every hour of sleep being multiplied in its effectiveness, every dream being a time when your body renews itself. That is the gift of giving your body what it craves at the right moment. But let's go deeper. Potency, vigor, and deep sleep are not just about physicality. Hey, shape your spirit, your relationships, and your influence. When a man is potent, his confidence radiates. He speaks with authority, he stands with pride, and he loves with intensity. When a man has vigor, his presence is magnetic. People feel his energy, his laughter is contagious, and his passion lights up the room. When a man sleeps deeply, he wakes up with peace, and that peace flows into everything he does. He is calmer in conflict, sharper in decision-making, and more present with those he loves. Your health is not only about you, it is about every life you touch. The people who look up to you need you strong. The people who depend on you need you vibrant. And the people who love you need you alive, not just existing. Too many men rob their families and communities of their best selves because they neglect the very foundation that sustains them. But you have the power to change that. You have the power to rewrite the narrative. Think of the young men around you, the ones watching quietly. What do you want them to learn from you? Do you want them to believe that manhood means sacrificing health until the body breaks down? Or do you want them to see that true manhood is about wisdom, balance, and care? Your choices today plant seeds for the next generation. By showing them that strength can endure, that vitality can last, you give them permission to aspire to the same. Now, some will say, I don't have the time, or it won't make much difference at my age. But those excuses are chains. Break them. You make time for what matters, and nothing matters more than the body that carries you through life. As for age, let me remind you, every great achievement in history was born from someone who refused to be limited by numbers. Age is not the end, it is a platform. It is proof that you have endured, that you have wisdom, and that you still have purpose. And what is purpose without the energy to pursue it? Do not underestimate the compounding power of one decision. A man who chooses health today will find himself stronger tomorrow. A man who chooses strength tomorrow will find himself vibrant in the weeks to come. And a man who consistently honors his body will wake up one day not only living longer, but living better. Isn't that what you desire? Not just years on your life, but life in your years? So I urge you, begin tonight. Let tonight be the night you make a promise to yourself. A promise that you will no longer ignore your body's cry for rest, for nourishment, for restoration. A promise that you will not allow age to dictate decline, but instead use it as a reminder to rise higher. You may not control the number of your days, but you can control the quality of them. And quality comes from intention. Picture yourself months from now having made this simple habit part of your nightly rhythm. You wake up with energy coursing through you. You look in the mirror and see strength in your eyes. You go about your day with clarity, with confidence, with calm. Your loved ones notice. They see the difference in your smile, your step, your spirit, and you realize something profound, that the man you always wanted to be was waiting all along, waiting for you to choose him. This is about reigniting passion, about reclaiming power, about rewriting the story of what it means to be a man over 50. It is about proving that decline is not destiny, that fatigue is not permanent, that sleep can be sweet, and that strength can be renewed. It is about looking at the second half of life not with fear, but with fire. You were made for potency. You were made for vigor. You were made for deep healing sleep. And all of it begins with one choice, one act of care, one decision to honor yourself before you close your eye. As at night, you were made for potency. You were made for vigor. You were made for deep healing sleep. And all of it begins with one choice, one act of care, one decision to honor yourself before you close your eyes at night. That choice, though it may feel small in the moment, has ripple effects far beyond what you can imagine. Because when you wake up with renewed strength, you do not just face the day differently, you carry yourself differently. You respond to stress with composure. You approach challenges with creativity. You interact with people from a place of abundance instead of depletion. And people notice. They notice the man who doesn't crumble under pressure, the man who doesn't drag his feet through life, the man who looks at obstacles and says, I have what it takes to rise. That man is you, if you are willing to choose him. Think of the countless men who allowed themselves to believe that slowing down was inevitable. They surrendered to the creeping fatigue, the restless nights, the dwindling energy, and slowly they became shadows of the strong, vibrant men they once were. But you are not here to be a shadow, you are here to be a beacon. And the beautiful truth is, the decision to be that beacon is in your hands. It doesn't require wealth, privilege, or perfect circumstances. It requires only commitment. The commitment to nourish your body as faithfully as you nourish your dreams. Do not underestimate the sacredness of your nightly routine. The world may tell you that bedtime is the end of the day, but in reality, it is the beginning of tomorrow. Every pill you take, every choice you make before your head touches the pillow becomes an investment into the man you will wake up to be. And If that investment is strength, calm, and renewal, then you are building a life on the foundation of vitality. Picture yourself lying down at night, the day's worries still circling in your mind, the stress of responsibilities weighing heavy. You reach for that vitamin, not as a ritual of habit, but as a declaration. Tonight, I choose strength. Tonight, I choose restoration. As your body absorbs it, the quiet work begins. Your muscles relax, your mind unwinds, your cells repair. And as you drift into slumber, you are not merely sleeping, you are rebuilding. This is not just rest, this is resurrection. But let me tell you something powerful. When you give your body what it needs, it doesn't just give back to you, it multiplies. The energy you gain flows into your relationships. The rest you experience shows up in your patience with your children and grandchildren. The confidence you rebuild strengthens your intimacy, your leadership, your presence in every room you enter. Health is not confined to the body, it radiates into every sphere of your life. Now, I know there are voices in your head whispering doubts. What if it doesn't work? What if it's too late? What if I fail at this too? But those voices have stolen enough from you already. How many times have they kept you from pursuing something you wanted? How many times have they convinced you to settle for less? Today, those voices lose their power because the moment you choose to take action, you silence the lie that says decline is inevitable. You prove that you are still the author of your story. And your story, my brother, is not finished. There are chapters yet to be written, adventures yet to be lived, memories yet to be created. Do you want those chapters to be filled with exhaustion, regret, and survival? Or do you want them to be filled with strength, joy, and victory? The choice begins in the quiet of the night, in the moment you decide to treat your body as the priceless vessel it is. This is bigger than just health. This is about legacy. What story will they tell about you when they speak your name? Will they say, he gave up when the years caught up with him? Or will they say, he rose with fire even in the later years of his life? He lived with strength. He showed us that age is not the end, but a stage of renewal. Your nightly choice shapes not only your tomorrow, but the generations after you. Every man carries within him the desire to leave a mark. But marks are not made in weakness. Marks are not made in depletion. Marks are made when a man chooses to rise with strength. Potency is not just about the body. It is about the influence you leave behind. Vigor is not just about energy. It is about the light you carry into the world. And deep sleep is not just about rest. It is about aligning your life with the rhythm of power and peace. Think of the men who inspire you, the ones who seem to defy time, who remain sharp, active, and vibrant even in their later years. Do you think they arrived there by accident? No, they arrived there through intention, through daily choices, through refusing to surrender their vitality to the passage of time. You too can stand among them. But it begins with your decision tonight. Let me ask you again, what do you want your mornings to look like? Do you want to drag yourself from bed, aching, groggy, unmotivated? Or do you want to rise with a clear mind, with a strong body, with the energy to not only face the day, but to conquer it? This is not a dream. It is within your grasp. But it requires that you honor your body with what it needs before the lights go out. When you make this choice consistently, something beautiful happens. The fear of aging begins to fade. You stop counting the years as a decline and begin seeing them as an opportunity. You stop dreading birthdays and begin celebrating them as milestones of strength. You stop fearing tomorrow and start building it with confidence. Because realize that you are So tonight, as you prepare for rest, remember this. You are not merely taking a vitamin, you are making a declaration. A declaration that you are still in control. A declaration that your best days are not behind you. A declaration that you will rise stronger, live fuller, and sleep deeper. This is not just about the body. This is about reclaiming your identity as a man of strength, a man of vigor, a man of resilience. And when you wake tomorrow, you will carry that identity into every conversation, every decision, every embrace. You will carry it into the way you work, the way you love, the way you lead. And little by little, you will discover that what began as one small act has transformed into a life of potency, a life of vigor, a life of rest. And when you wake tomorrow, you will carry that identity into every conversation, every decision, every embrace. You will carry it into the way you work, the way you love, the way you lead. And little by little, you will discover that what began as one small act has transformed into a life of potency, a life of vigor, a life of rest. But here is the deeper truth, brother. This journey is not about a quick fix. It is about a transformation of mindset. Because when you choose to take care of yourself in this way, you are not just changing your night. You are changing the way you see your worth. You are declaring that you matter, that your health matters, that your presence matters. And when a man believes he matters, he walks differently, he speaks differently, he lives differently. Too many men have been conditioned to put themselves last, to give their energy to everything and everyone else until there is nothing left. They tell themselves, one day I'll take care of me, one day I'll rest, one day I'll live fully. But one day never comes because tomorrow is always filled with another demand, another responsibility, another excuse, and slowly the fire fades. But tonight you get to change that story. Tonight you get to say, no more waiting, my day is today. Do you know what happens when a man chooses himself? He becomes unstoppable. Because no longer is he pouring from an empty cup. He is filled, he is replenished, and from that overflow he gives more love, more wisdom, more energy, more life. That is the gift of potency, vigor, and deep sleep. They do not only bless you, they bless everyone connected to you. Imagine being able to look your partner in the eyes with energy in your spirit, to embrace her not from a place of exhaustion, but from a place of strength. Imagine running with your grandchildren, not just sitting on the sidelines watching them play, but laughing, chasing, enjoying the moment because your body has the energy to match your joy. Imagine waking up on a Saturday morning, not dragging yourself through chores, but packing a bag, going on an adventure, exploring life because you have vigor flowing through your veins. This is the life you deserve. This is the life within reach, and it all begins with honoring your body at night. Because when the world is silent and the lights are dim, that is when your body begins its most important work. You may not see it, but it is real. Your muscles repair, your hormones balance, your energy tanks refill, your mind detoxifies. And when you wake, you are not the same man who went to bed. You are renewed. This is why consistency is key, because one night of care is good, but a lifestyle of care is transformational. Just as the man who eats poorly for years feels the compounded weight of his choices, the man who nourishes himself nightly feels the compounded reward of strength, clarity, and peace. Small acts of discipline repeated over time build legacies. And you, my brother, are building a legacy right now. A legacy not Jew. Of financial provision, not just of wisdom, but of vitality. You are showing the world what it looks like when a man refuses to surrender his body, his spirit, or his fire to the lie of decline. Reserved for the young, it is reserved for the intentional. Think of all the dreams you once had, the places you wanted to see, the projects you wanted to start, the adventures you wanted to live. Maybe somewhere along the way, you convinced yourself those dreams were too big, that you were too old, too tired, too late. But the truth is, those dreams did not die. They are waiting for you to wake up with energy, waiting for you to believe again, waiting for you to rise with the vigor that unlocks the courage to chase them. Energy is the fuel of dreams. Without it, dreams stay on the shelf. With it, dreams come alive. That is why sleep, strength, and nourishment are not luxuries. They are your lifeline to purpose. If you are tired, you will settle. If you are depleted, you will shrink. But if you are restored, you will rise. And when you rise, nothing is impossible. Now, I want you to imagine yourself 10 years from now. Picture two paths. On one path, you ignore your body's cries. You neglect the small choices. You tell yourself you're fine, even as the years weigh heavier. On that path, you wake with aches, you move with fatigue, you live with regret. But on the other path, you make the choice tonight. You choose nourishment, you choose deep sleep, you choose vigor. And 10 years from now, you are running laughing, living boldly. You are standing tall, your eyes bright, your steps firm. You are not surviving, you are thriving. Which path do you want? This is not about perfection. This is not about doing everything right. It is about choosing progress over neglect. It is about choosing action over excuses. It is about choosing life over decline. And it starts with something as simple as taking one vitamin at night, one step toward honoring your body, one decision that ripples into every area of your life. I know some men hear this and think, it's too simple. How will see. And something so small makes such a difference. But never underestimate the power of consistency. A river carves through rock not because of its force, but because of its persistence. Likewise, your nightly choice may feel small, but over time, it reshapes you, it renews you, it redefines you. And here's what's even more powerful. When you make this choice, you begin to attract opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with your new energy. People are drawn to vitality. Doors open for men who walk in strength. Conversations shift when your presence radiates clarity and vigor. You begin to live not as a man waiting for life to pass, but as a man creating the life he desires. So ask yourself, what do you want your legacy to say? That you allowed time to strip you of your strength? Or that you fought back, that you rose higher, that you refused to surrender? Your story is still being written, and tonight you hold the pen. Will you write a story of neglect or a story of renewal? Brother, the world needs your strength. Your family needs your presence. Your future needs your energy. And all of it begins when you close your eyes at night and give your body the fuel it craves. Potency is yours. Vigor is yours. Deep healing sleep is yours. You are not too old, too late, or too far gone. You are right on time, standing at the doorway of renewal, holding the key in your hand. You